Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote, welcoming you back to our Let's Play of Europa Universalis 4. Now, before we start going in on today's Let's Play, I want to address one quick thing, that I know that there hasn't been any progress made yet on the Civ 6, Civ 6 EU4, Civ 6 tutorial series that I started earlier last week. And what's basically going on that is I've been waiting for a big chunk of time because I just wanted to get the tutorial done flat out. I don't want to take any chunks anymore. That way I don't have to try and reset back to where the point I was. So we'll be getting back to that probably this weekend. I will be able to get a good amount of that, probably finish that out and chunk it out into about several videos. But I wanted to maintain the video a day that I'm going through right now, which is why I've been continuing with the EU4 series. Now, speaking of the EU4 series, okay, so we're back here. If you last remember, I was kind of having some problems with our Ethiopia run, and so what I did was I took the decision that I was going to get that started from scratch. A couple of things went off, and I was kind of running around like Benny Hill there. So here we are. We're back to about the same time that we left off previous video. We're still in Ethiopia. We're still going to go for Prester John. We're still going to go for Blessed Nation. So nothing's changed on that. Just what happened was I decided to start from scratch, and as you can see, we're doing a lot better off than we were previous time. So this should provide a much more entertaining and much less trying to plug leaks in a rapidly deteriorating dam than it was going more towards the end of last video. So I'll give you a quick overview of how we're doing. We're up to about 15 tenths of a ducat monthly due to lowering out some of our army. We did have a very good consort happen. We've got Helena Hadia, who helps our stability modifier. We've got still kind of the lousy air, so we'll see how that goes. But as far as our diplomacy goes, this time around, Yemen. Oh, in fact, I guess Yemen D did it. So right now our main rivals are Adal and Ajuran. So right there, Adal and Ajuran makes a pretty bad 1-2 combination. Our allies right now is Lothian. I'm going to try and see if we can actually get Hejaz, but I'm also thinking that since Yemen, in fact, I can do that. I will take an allying with Yemen to get that back. So in fact, we're almost about the same thing we were as far as a lot of our alliances and power structure were. Looks like they're in the middle of a fight against Oman again. So we'll see if that alliance ends up doing something with that. But it doesn't look like that war is actually with anybody. So it's just them versus Oman. So it isn't quite the same getting Adal involved. However, as you can see here, our army is just fine with that. And in fact, we just picked up a boat to start our trade going in the Gulf of Aden. And we're gonna build another boat here to keep that going, so I can start our trading going. So we have taken Mendabari and we did take Kaffa. So we're, in fact, even politically and with our land, we're at basically the same thing that we were. The difference is that it actually did give me the mission to take Mendabari first, so I was able to actually take that no sweat. And then Kaffa came down and took out Kaffa, and without having to deal with any extra rebels or anything. We've got it's like a Sunni Zealot popping, maybe at 60%. And we've got a claim on Alodia because they were kind of nasty at one point and tried to rival us. So I did decide to take Beja here as a claim for future against that. Adal looks like it's still up to its tricks. It's kind of frustrated us, so I'm going to probably end up looking at seeing if we can take them out. But now that they got Ajuran as their buddy here, we'll see how that goes. And in fact, let's look at... Oops, wrong one. Let's look to see what we got. So Adal right now is at 4. Its force limit's 10. They were in a bit of a war here to help Ajuran clear some more of the Horn of Africa. And Ajuran itself is at looks like 6. So right now I could take both of them on if I fought both of them, because that's 11. In fact, what I might end up doing then is I've only got the 1 core on Beja. So I'm going to start seeing if I can peck at Adal while it's a little bit weak. So we'll start that spy network up there. And... okay. Looks like Yemen did take it, but they are not having us go against... it looks like they are in their war with Najd and Oman. But they're not having us come into that yet. So that's good. Because I know that was actually kind of what hit us last time, was that I had buddied with Yemen, but they ended up dragging us immediately into a war with Adal, which hurt us quite a bit. But now we're at a good, stable place. We've got our army maintenance down just a little bit. We aren't severely in debt. And in fact, I might take just 1 debase. You know what? We'll hold off on the debase. I don't want to have too much corruption yet. And in fact, we've now ended up with all of our 4s again, which is great. So I can actually take that money, and what we're going to do here is I'm going to build a building. That's the wrong one. Huh. Here we are. Sorry about that. So I'm actually going to build a church, see if we can get some tax modifier going up. We're going to put one right in the middle of our capital here. That'll bring us 13 cents up in about a year once that's built. And that should actually start making things a little bit better. Like I said, we're up to 21 cents at the moment a month, even with an army of 17 right at that force limit. In fact, we're 1 over the force limit, so I can take 1 down. We're going to take 1 down here. We're going to spit 1. We're going to get rid of him. And that'll actually save us some. In fact, that'll save us quite a bit immediately. Yeah. Because I'm not over military anymore. It sucks that our force limit got knocked down 1, but there we go. Now we're making a duck and above. In fact, I can actually go back to main military. There we go. That makes me feel comfortable again. Okay, so we're making about 1 ducat a month now, which is great. Especially compared to the hemorrhaging money we were at before. We're doing fine on our army. Adal's still at 4. In fact, let me see. I might actually... yeah. No, not with them. We're going to do with Maron. I think we're going to try and ally with Maron. Because the problem, as you see here, Maron is allied with Adal, and where Solangi is allied with Ajuran. So that makes the problem that if I'm going to end up fighting with Adal, one of these two will probably end up joining in anyway. So, well, I still have Yemen on my side, and I think I might be able to do Hejaz. No, in fact, Hejaz doesn't want to anymore because we ended up doing with Yemen. So we got monetary reforms. We can lose the stability for inflation, but I've only added inflation. We're only at about 4% inflation anyway. So I'm going to take the 3, because I only am at 1 stability as it is. And the 3% inflation isn't going to mess things up too badly. In fact, yeah, that knocks us down about 10 cents. So I'm going to end up seeing if we can find an advisor here who will help with that. In fact, yeah, unfortunately, looks like we got a level 2. So that's not going to help very much. But that's perfectly fine. We're still making 0.84 ducats, so we can keep going fine on that. In fact, let's look at our Audron's built up to 7. Alright. Don't have enough there yet. And so far, Alodia and Yemen wouldn't do in because it's mostly favors issue we're running into. But that's perfectly fine. Let's see where we actually are on favors. Because I am running with the favors. Because I ended up, we are doing all of the DLCs, which that does mean we run into the favors issue with common sense. maybe I could see about taking Common Sense off, but I just kind of like running with all the DLCs, all the stuff we have available for us. What we'll probably end up doing is just running up, see how many times I can get those going. If I have to end up going after Adol and Ageron myself, that's perfectly fine. In fact, let's pause things here right now. No, I'm trying to do that. Alright. So we can fabricate. Let's fabricate here on Sob. To give us 2 coastal provinces that we're looking for. Now, it looks like he's bound back up to 7. He's at 7, and it looks like Ageron's at 7 as well. So that's 14. We can still just about put it, especially because I believe we're still teching just above them, although they might be at tech. Okay, no, Adult's still at 3, and Ageron's still at 3. So I could look into taking them out. In fact, here's what we're going to do. No, we're not going to improve relation. We're going to try looking at that. So I would be able to have Maron come in as well. Now, Maron looks like they're at Tech 3 as well. That's the wrong button. As you can see here, Maron has 4. So that puts at, let's see, 7, 7, and 4 is 18. So it puts just above us, because we're at 16 right now. Let's see if there's any way we can get them to not. Well, they're not allied with us. What I might do here, see if we can do a little gunboat diplomacy. Okay, it wouldn't be gunboat diplomacy. Alright, so I'm actually going to try to go, see if I can improve relation with them. Build up here. We're at force limit 16 still. In fact, I might actually end up doing some improvements. Now that I'm a little bit below, right at tech, I'm actually right at about. So we're going to see here. It looks like we can do tech, Miltech 5 at around 3 years. If I don't do anything. Now we've got the Hasab now. So that's all I really need with them. Looks like Hejaz still won't go with us, which is fine. Okay, this is still the Patriarch captive here, it looks like. The usual, the Mamluks don't like us, we get a thing, or we can, we'll let it slide for now. Well, actually, we don't really need the Mamluks to start crunching down on us, because that would be all we really need. But let's keep an eye. Okay, so their force limits are at 10. They're slowly building up. So Adul's still at 7, and Ageron's still at just under 7. Maron's at 4 still. Ours is at 16. But I can at least get Maron sometime after. Oh, right. Our annulled treaties are quite a bit. So it looks like we won't end up doing anything with them. Maybe I can get Warsaw. We can ally with them. And maybe their 9 can actually do something. So actually I'm going to clear out, because maybe that'll help out. So let's see. How many diplomats send? Let's clear that up. So I could get Yemen to come in now, but they would need something. Let's see what cores Yemen has. Probably have a core on Tajura there. Let's see what we got. Okay, they don't have a core, but they think Tajura's vital interest. Let's see if they've got any cores. Okay, well, it looks like they at least would probably end up wanting Tajura. I probably might end up giving them that for the straight, since we're good on that, because I could use their 7. And they're on Tech 3 as well, but at least we'll give me the 7 to go against that. So tell you what we're going to do. Let me check on time. Okay. so we're going to leave it here. So that's actually where we're going to leave it here. We're, in the next video, we are more than likely going to go into a dull, see if we can dust some stuff up, have some fun, do some fighting. And that's where we're going to leave it here. We're going to leave it short just so we can get caught back up to where we were doing that nicer restart here. And that is definitely going to be something to look forward to. So, I hope you have a very excellent rest of your day. And with that, class dismissed.